The Doc is In is sponsored by Amada Senior Care.
Fox 56 News Chief Medical Contributor Dr. Ryan Stanton with us in studio again.
He is continuing his conversation about the IV shortage and how Hurricane Milton is hurting the problem.
We talked about how Helene took out the Baxter plant in Marion, North Carolina, 1.4 to 1.5 million products per day out of that factory. U.S. consuming about 2.3, 2.4 million products per day here in the U.S. And, you know, Milton didn't do us any favors. Why? Well, because the second largest producer of IV fluids is in Daytona Beach, Florida, right in the path of Milton. So if you look at the pathways right here, we had Hurricane Helene come up, sweep up through Tallahassee and then up into the western North Carolina where the mountains caused to drop so much rain, causing all the flooding, wiping out the Baxter plant. And then last evening into today, Milton took its venture across Florida. One of the places it exited right there at Daytona Beach. So potential risk of further increased shortages of fluids because two of the largest plants in the United States have been hit by major hurricanes 2 weeks in a row. Not to mention one of the largest prior was hit by a hurricane in 2017. So right now, what hospitals around the country are doing are trying to cut back on their fluid administration, trying to save those for down the road. Currently, most of the country has about a 2-week supply of fluids. The good news is it's starting to crank back up. The challenge being, can we get it from outside the country? Can we crank up other factories? Or is there a way for hospitals and other systems to actually produce some of their own products in the interim while the system gets back online? Because unfortunately, this is a huge issue going on right now, and with 80+% of people getting some sort of IV therapy during their hospital stay, this is going to be a huge issue moving forward. So, you know, this is something that people don't think about in terms of hurricane damage. You're thinking about yesterday with the tornadoes, the winds, the water, all of those things, the potential personal loss of property and that sort of thing. But right now, this is something that has impacted almost immediately the national countrywide impact on healthcare.
I know a lot of people have thought about maybe getting out of Florida, you know, just sick of it, don't want to live there anymore. What sort of impact do you think this will have on those businesses, those top two IV producers? Would they potentially move their facilities?
Well, you can't imagine that when they moved to Marion, North Carolina, they thought, we're in Hurricane Alley.
True.
I mean, this is something that is a one in what they're saying there, 1 in 3 to 5,000 year event for Western North Carolina and East Tennessee. So, you know, hopefully it's one of those situations where they can make some preparations, prepare for potential things in the future, but hopefully statistics are in our favor that for a lot of these it won't happen again.
Yeah.
All right, Doc, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. We appreciate it this morning.
Good to see you
Thank you.
again.
Yeah.
See you next week.
I feel like I haven't seen him in like 3 weeks.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Lots of work going on, but we're back in town. We're settling down. A lot more health coming your way. We're going to bring you some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm Krista.
Hey,
Yeah, I was
good to
gonna
meet
He
you.
forgot.
And Steve here. Good to meet you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Thanks.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you, Doctor.
Catch you in a minute.
We'll be right back with the final hour of our newscast after the break.
You're watching Fox 56 News. Our home, your news.